Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta, I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I am so excited because look what I got. I got this gorgeous PR box from Kaleidos Makeup with their new Flower Punk collection, and if you have seen the palette already, which I bet you have, then you know how gorgeous it is, so I was so excited. And in my video now I'm going to show you some swatches, and then I'm doing the two different looks that I'm wearing on each eye right here, which is why I'm looking a little bit crazy. So if you're interested in seeing that, then please keep on watching. So in this box, you open it up here in the top, and then you get like this sheet with tattoos. I think they're like water activated tattoos, which probably I won't use. But then you have this Flower Punk coloring book, which has 2 pages where you can like draw in the colors, and I think that's a really fun idea. I wish that all the pages were like that. And that is basically what you have here. I really think this is a cute box though. You can like use it for when you do your makeup or just store your makeup, and it's really good quality. Like, it's not like super sturdy, but it's way better than you might expect from like a packaging for a collection. And then in the first drawer right here, you have both of the lip kits. So the blue box right here contains the more kind of colorful lipsticks, and these are like called Cloud Lab lip clays, I think. And here you have the more neutral shades. So I'm going to do some swatches of these lipsticks for you guys so you can see them. This is how they look like in the box. I feel like this tin box is also so cute and so well made. So this blue set is called Flora Noir, and this is the first shade, which is called Cactus Flower, and these have a kind of moussey texture to them. So this is just a kind of bright pink shade. The second shade is called Agave, and it's more of like a teal blue, but it's kind of deep. So I've heard some people say that this is a little bit patchy, but I imagine you have to build it up a little bit because it's such a special shade. Then it's the shade Mahogany, which is the one that I am wearing on my lips right now, which is just a gorgeous super warm brown shade, which turned up quite deep on me. So I can just show you guys right here. This is the one I'm using right now, and I ended up using 2 layers. Last but not least is the shade Dahlia, and it's another one that is pink, but it's kind of more of a reddish pink, if you can see the difference from the Flower Cactus one and the Dahlia one right here. So up close and like next to my lips, this is how they will look like. So yeah, I really think they have some interesting colors. From this set, the one I think I will be using is the brown one that I am using right now, which is the one I'm super excited about. So the lipstick set that is in the pink box is called Sandcastle, and you have more of those neutral tones. I will just swatch them right underneath here. This is just a gorgeous warm tone, kind of deeper nude. Oh, and it's called Adobe, or Adobe, I don't know how to pronounce that. Second shade is called Dune, and it looks like this. It looks like it's a bit more cool toned pink, maybe a little bit deeper than the previous one. Also super beautiful and something I would definitely get use out of. Oh, this one is probably gonna be one of my favorites. It's called Terra. It looks way more like this orangey kind of shade. Oh yes, I love this shade. Wow, why did I not see that? I would have tried to use it in combination with Mahogany right above it. Wow, I love that shade. I just love any kind of orangey toned shades. I just feel like that fits my hair so well. Last but not least, it's the shade Sienna. And that looks like, kind of like, these look like the deeper versions of the first ones almost. So this one also has a little bit of that warmer tone in it, which I really like. So I think that those are my preference for these lighter or these more neutral shades. And then of course the brown up top there. So yeah, this last one is Sienna. So next to my face, this is how they are looking. So obviously you have those colorful ones at top. They seem to be like, they are a little bit moussey in texture. I will try to explain this later when I'm applying this one. It's after I've done both of the tutorials for my looks. I try to explain how it feels like when applying, but it's quite moussey and it does dry down quite a bit. But yeah, those are the colors. Then we have the bottom drawer right here, which contains the palette and the lip mask that they have in their collection. So the lip mask is called Blue Agave Softening Lip Mask, and it does have like this protecting thing. I have used it a couple of times. It has kind of like a tingly feeling to it when you apply it, but it's like very soft, and it's not something that you really feel. It's just like immediately when you apply it, you can feel a small like tingly feeling. And it's super soft. You apply it very thin, and it does really hydrate your lips. Then it's the most exciting part of this collection, at least to me. You have this gorgeous palette with like, you can see all of the details on it. You have a mirror, but then you have like all of this almost like stickers, but like it definitely doesn't feel like stickers. It's more high quality, it feels like. And you have like this interesting design of the palette where you can like just take off this mirror, which is magnetic, and you can like place it in different ways on top of the palette. You can place it like halfway, like here. You can place it like this on both sides, but you can also like attach it here to the top. And then you have the palette like this, and here you can see the gorgeous colors. It's just such a stunning palette, and I know a lot of people have said like kind of like negative things about the design, but I think it's super sleek and beautiful and unique. And I definitely don't mind that they have switched up the pans, like to have square pans like this. Of course I would have preferred 26mm magnetic pans, but I do really like this design. The only thing I wish for is that they kind of decide for one design that they will have for their palettes, but I guess since they're like still relatively new, that they have to like try out some different things and feel like to find what they feel like is the right or the best match to their brand. But this I really love. And you do have a lot of interesting colors here. You have like these gorgeous mints, and then you have some more mauvey tones, and then you have those absolutely stunning greens. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the swatches that I did of this palette. And I didn't do live swatches, but I will show you after having shown you this how some of them swatch, because they all swatch really great. They're super opaque and pigmented and no patchiness when swatching. So how gorgeous are these? Like, I'm so excited. So just to show you like how some of them swatch, I'm going to do 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. So here we have the one that's called Mint Fever, and it's just such a gorgeous shade. And I will also take the neon one, just because those are kind of known to be not the best. So super pigmented, as you can see. And the shimmers, I can take maybe the blue one and the green one, because the green one is quite different in formula. It's way more opaque, kind of like a bigger particles, as you can see, very glittery. Here you can see them up close on my fingers, and you can definitely see like the difference of this shimmer in comparison to this one. And I'm just going to swatch them live here. You can see how pigmented that is and how pigmented that is and how gorgeous that one is. And this green one is just incredible. Like, how cute is this quad? So beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to show you like some live swatches so you could see that they don't really need too much building up or anything like that. So here you go. Okay, so now you have seen the palette, you've seen the swatches, you have seen swatches of the lipsticks, and I sure hope you are as excited as I am about this. And I think I will just go ahead and go straight to my 2 tutorials right now. I am doing this one first and then I'm doing this one. And if I remember, I can leave some timestamps for them here somewhere, just so you can choose if you want to see one or the other or none of them. But yeah, I definitely got to test out all of the colors, and I guess you will just have to see my opinion on the shadows after I've done the tutorial. So let's go to the first tutorial. So I actually have no idea where to begin this look, or I do have an idea where to begin it. I think I want to use the deep green. Maybe I'll try to do like a halo eye with the green on the outer corner of the crease, and then the mauvey deeper one here for the inner parts. But I'm just going to start... Ooh, I'm just going to remove this one. I'm just going to start with this shade right here. So for today's base, I have my Smashbox primer on, and I did also put my E.L.F. Camo concealer here and here just to cover up the discoloration that I have on my eyes. So hopefully that won't affect like the blendability of the shadows and that kind of stuff. So I'm just adding that green here in the outer corner to get some depth. I'm going a little bit further in. So I'm taking this also a little bit here on the outer corner just to connect the lower lash line with what I'm doing on the upper parts here. This green is really beautiful. I love the color of it, and it's very pigmented this far. And it seems to be blending nicely, so we'll just see how the other greens build on this one. I'm just going to take a little bit of Golden Age here. And by the way, the brush I'm using is the Sigma E30 brush, which is just like this perfect detailed blending brush. I really like it. Now that is just a gorgeous color. It gives me that warm green look. Oh, I just cannot describe how much I love this kind of color. Oh, I just love the combination of these as well. I think I'm going to go into the other light green chlorophyll for the lower lash line there, where I can blend out this. I mean, it's not the worst idea to have this one on a concealer base, because typically like these neon kind of shades don't get too pigmented on dry concealer or dry eyeshadow bases. And then I'm just going back into that swampy green just to work a little bit on the blend right here in the corner. And now for the inner parts of the crease, I'm going in with this one, and then I will blend it with the pink. As I said, I am going to do like a kind of halo eye effect, so I'm dragging this a little bit upwards because I just love that shape. I feel like I've been doing a lot of these lately, but I'm not sure if I've uploaded my videos in the same order that I filmed them, so maybe you haven't noticed. Wow, this one blends so beautifully. Wow, I love that color. In general, I love these kind of colors together, like the greens and the pinks or mauves, because I don't know, it just gives me like flower vibes, and it's also like the same color story that you saw in that Lois Cosmetics palette that looked really beautiful, and also the Vintage Rose by Give Me Glow. I just really like these color stories, and I don't even have any of the other palettes, so I'm very happy to have this one. I'll just be using my Kaleidos Makeup S5 brush to pack on Mint Fever, and I'll just be adding that to the middle of the lid and kind of just blend it into the other colors just to have it as a base for that minty shimmer. I'm trying to not have it super opaque up here, because here I want it to look a little bit more so iridescent and lighter. And always when blending colors together that aren't really next to each other on the color wheel, I try to more so pack it on and then slightly like tap over the edge, just because I don't want it to muddy up and just look dirty. So like right now it doesn't really matter that much, because I'm not going to leave it all matte. Like, it does look kind of cool, but I will be using that shimmer, as I said, so it doesn't matter too much because I will be covering it up. But it's nice to see that they are blending so nicely together, even though they are such different colors. I'm really excited to see how this look turns out, because now it's looking like so weird. But I'm now just popping on some of my Glam Shop Glam Glue here, and I'm just going to use a brush to put it all over where I want the shimmer to be. So here we have Aloe Cove, and I'm just going to tap, 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 and maybe I will use my finger after I've well, I can use my finger immediately and then use my brush. Wow, you can really see that like radiating green shimmer in the mint. It's very pretty. And now I'm just using whatever is left on the brush to work a little bit on the edges right here. And also I have to try to maintain that shape that I want. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is looking. I think with lashes and everything, this will look really pretty. So I'm thinking maybe for the lower lash line that I'll go in with, I don't know how to pronounce this deeper mauve, but Nouveau. And I think it will look really pretty because I'm kind of connecting it around like this. And especially like this and the deeper green blend so beautifully. I love those shades together. And I'm still using the same blending brush, so I've only used what, like 2 brushes for this look, one to apply the shimmer and one for the mattes, which I like. So I'm just going to blend it out with the Peach Soyu. So hard with these names, I don't even know what they mean. Like, how beautiful would it be to have these colors in the crease? I think that would be so beautiful. So I'm not sure, should I use some, well, I can use the pink as kind of like a triangular shaped shimmer on the lower lash line, so I'm just going to add some glitter glue. So now I'm taking the shade Stained Glass and just popping that here in the middle. These are kind of drier shimmers, so you definitely need, in my opinion, a glitter base for them. But once you use that, they're like so vibrant and pretty. Something like this. Wow, this is such a colorful look, but I really like it. I think I would have even liked it more if I used pink on here, because it kind of would have looked a little bit more monochromatic or like duochromatic, because you would have the green and the pink. But I do really like that Aloe Cove shade. So I see that I have one patch here in the outer corner, so I'm going to fix that. I am going to start with the other look, and I'll just show you the close-up of this look before I show the close-up of the other look, so when I'm done with both looks, if that makes any sense. So what I'm thinking for the second look I'm doing, I think I will just go ahead and use these for the outer crease, and then I will go ahead and use this for the inner crease. Not yet decided what to do for the lid. Maybe I will just use a mix of these two, like this one on the outer, this one on the inner. But I'm definitely going to be using some of these greens so that I can use this green gorgeous shimmer in this look. I'm just going to start with this one in the outer crease, and I'm still using that same brush. And I'm just going to pack this on. Like, it performed so nicely on the other eye, so I'm not really scared at all. I will be trying to make it a little bit like winged out, but not too much. Also, I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner of the lid just to have it as a base for those shimmers, just because that will make them pop a little bit more and look a bit more intense when you have a deeper base. Like, I know I said this didn't go that deep earlier, but I mean, it is a relatively deep mauve. So with whatever is left on the brush, I'm just picking up that lighter shade to blend. So as usual, I'm just tapping that over where I just did the blending with the deepest shade, just to get a nice transition there. And also here for the outer corner, and I'm trying not to go too far over here, because there I want those greens. I have like such wrinkles here, they're just getting worse every day. So I'll just have to try to work with that. So that blends so pretty. That blends so beautifully, and I'm really happy with how that is looking. Well, you know what? Change of plans. I'm going in with the shade Golden Age instead, that warmer, kind of yellowy, gooey shade, and I'm going to put that as the deepest shade here in the inner corner, just because that is a beautiful shade. That is so pretty. So I think I'll just blend this out even further. And I think I want to use the green on the lid, just because that would be so pretty. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that deepest shade, and I think I will just try to use a little bit of the deepest green just to deepen out so that I can use the green all over the lid, because I just really want to do that. Now I picked up a little bit of the deepest green and I'm just going to try to put that right in the crease. So basically where you will see my shimmer goes into the matte, so that's where I want this one. We will see how these build on each other now, because I already really packed on a lot of shadow there. Okay, so I really like how this is looking. I'm just going to pop on some glitter glue. So now I'm going into Sun Gazer, this super intense metallic green, and I'm just going to be popping that over the glitter glue that I just applied. This one you kind of have to go in the opposite direction to kind of like poke in the shadow to get it up, and then it's very like kind of loose or dry, but like you see how beautiful that is on the lid. So with the glitter glue, this is amazing. This is like probably one of the prettiest shades I've seen from Kaleidos, just because it is that sparkly, shiny and intense. I just really love that. I hope they come out with more like this, with like an opaque base, and they're super sparkly. I just love those kinds of formulas. I'm just going to take my finger because this glitter glue is drying up fast, and as you can see I'm taking it all over the lid. Wow, I am loving this so much. I really feel like I got a super like deep crease, and I just love that I could like mix the pink or the mauve with the deeper green and make it work. It's so pretty. I feel like these colors all go so nicely together. So I think it's fair to go in with that deep green for the lower lash line right here, and then I'll use that more lime green shade Chlorophyll to blend it out. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use any shimmers on this look for the lower lash line. I'm just gonna use Golden Age here for the inner parts as the like deepest shade, and then I'll use Chlorophyll. So I'm very happy with how this is looking. I'll of course use my concealer afterwards, so I will take away a little bit of what I just blended here. And yeah, I'm going to figure out what to use for my inner corners. I think I might use some other highlighters just because these have quite a lot of color, like all of the shimmers, so I think I want more something like iridescent, but we will just have to see. But I'm just going to do that off camera and tell you afterwards, and just show you the close-ups right now. So that was the close-up. So now I'm going to show you guys how I apply the lipstick, like how it applies. Obviously the application itself is the same as with any lipstick. So this is the shade Mahogany. It feels almost like mousse. So this is how one layer of Mahogany looks like. I feel like it's a little bit sheer, but I didn't apply a lot, so maybe I will go in with a second layer, especially where my lips are a little bit dry. That's where I see the sheerness right here. I'm hoping you can see it right now. But it was like super smooth, very like soft feeling, but it was very easy to apply. I really liked the tip of the applicator. I'm just going to go in with a second layer now since it feels like it's kind of dry. So yeah, that is the second layer, and I still feel like it's not 100% opaque. It does feel kind of moussey on the lips as well. I'm going to show you closer up again. So I do really love the color. It's so beautiful, and it's like a warm deep brown, on me at least. I think this would be a gorgeous nude tone if you are of deeper complexion. And yeah, I do think it's super comfortable. I can't even feel it on my lips, but I am excited to see like how this wears. I have a feeling that it might not wear the best because you can already see like right in the middle there, that's where like the lipstick usually disappears first, but it does look a little bit weird there. But for now I really like how it's looking. So first I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing on my face. So I did use my Kaleidos Makeup Charisma Contour Palette in the shade Cool and Light. I do really love that one. I've used it so much, although now I've kind of been switching over to my Glam Shop contour and bronzer powder, but I still do love this one so much. And for my blush I used the shade Punch from their Lo-Fi Peach Duo blush. I wish it was even more peachy, so I'm hoping that maybe Kaleidos in the future will come out with more blush colors. Like I would love some liquid blushes, and I would love some really like vibrant colors that would go well for all skin tones, and that I could also use for my first skin tone just by using a light hand, because I would just really love that from Kaleidos. I think that would fit their brand so well. But for my highlight I ended up using Prophecy highlighter, both for my inner corner and for my cheek right here. And for this side I used my Mars Melter one, the newest one that they have, because they kind of like, I don't even know, because they didn't just change the formula, they kind of just changed the whole shade. So I really like that one as well, but I had to use like a very light hand. I applied it with my finger here, and it's super sparkly and shiny, but it's like a warm kind of reflection, which is perfect for summer and like those summer nights. And I'm just feeling the summer vibes right now because we have 20 degrees Celsius outside and it's so warm. So that's why I wanted to use those two, because those both have like a super warm sheen to them. But I think that's what I wore. So now about the products. So like I clearly do love this palette. It is so beautiful, and here we have it in all its glory. I love this color story, and I was like going on a tangent right here, but I was like reminded of something I've done previously with this look, and I'm just going to show you. So if you've been on my channel before, you know that I've done like a Zodiac series, and this is one of the looks that I did. And this was like the Gemini palette. I'm sorry, my phone is a little bit dirty with finger marks, but like this color story kind of looks a little bit like the Kaleidos palette, which was a little bit fun, but I did really love that color story. And this is just even more grungy, more greens, and I like this one way more if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I really love this color story. I love that you can like even build the shades on top of each other, like I did on this eye with the green on top of the mauve, just to deepen it up even more. And I just like, these colors are so beautiful and perfect for spring and summer. And I will say that the mattes were super pigmented, very easy to blend. All of them blended really nicely together. Like when I used the matte mint on the middle of my lid there and blended it into both the green side and the pink side, that was kind of fun to see how that worked, and it was really beautiful as well, even though I put a shimmer on top. But yeah, I'm so happy with this palette. The shimmers are gorgeous, a little bit more like of an opaque base than the previous palette, I feel like, and especially that green one is just super opaque. It's quite dry, but with a glitter glue it's just so pigmented, sparkly, and just so amazing. I'm also very excited to continue trying out the Cloud Lab lip clay, because it's a very interesting formula that I also haven't tried before. I just need to have a look at how it's looking right now. I mean, it is a little bit thick, like you don't feel it on the lips, but it's a little bit thick. I feel like I could try to describe like this formula for 10 minutes and not even manage to do it, but you kind of just have to try them yourself, I feel like, because I cannot explain this. I don't think it's my favorite formula. I think I definitely prefer the lip tonics, that's what it's called. But I think that's all I wanted to say this far. Remember that this is just my first impression. It's just 2 looks that I did on one eye each, so I really have to try this out more. I'm excited to do that because I really like the 2 looks that I created right now. Please leave me a comment down below which one was your favorite. I think for me it's definitely this one, just because this one is a little bit weird, but I mean I still really like it, but this one just is way more like a classical beautiful look, so I do prefer this one, like the second one. But I think that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!